I think, therefore I am. Absolutely fascinating quote by an absolutely fascinating individual, uh, Sir Albert Einstein. There. If you guys aren't familiar with his works, I'll leave a link, man. Go check him out. Uh, what's up, YouTube? Genome here, and I'm gonna get straight to the point. I'm gonna take a couple seconds here to plug myself, but this entire video is about all this hoax shit going on and this zombie stuff going on, and we need to get a grasp on reality here. I'm gonna throw a few things out there for you guys today, but I'm gonna take a couple seconds here to kind of plug myself and give you an idea of what's going on, where I want this channel to go to, what I want to aspire to, and stuff like that. First and foremost, I want to thank my new subscribers. I appreciate that. And according to my analytics, I'm pushing almost 6,000 views. So if you stop by and you haven't subscribed, I appreciate that as well, man. Every little bit, counts, and whatever the case is, man. I belong to a group of individuals. We call ourselves Parallel Truth Productions. You guys can check this channel out if you want. There are only movies on this channel, only videos, okay? And these videos are just designed to make you think. That's it. All right, there's nothing wrong with a little bit of thought. And sometimes I think the world kind of runs away with their free thought, and we get lost along the way. And we need to come together as a group here, okay, in order to achieve a better future and not just a better tomorrow. Okay, there needs to be a collective kind of decision going on here. And it doesn't matter if you think right or if you think left. The group of individuals that I tend to associate with, we're completely bipartisan. Okay, we don't think from the right, we don't think from the left, we don't think from the center. We like to take in everything, from science to logic to conspiracy, and kind of come up with our own conclusions, man. And, if that's things you like, please hit that like button down there, hit the subscribe button, and I'm going to start a little series here, a little video series that I'm going to entitle How They Program You. Okay, and I'm going to throw out some big channels right off the rip, and I'm not going to put anybody under the bus, all right? That's not what this video is about. I got into a conversation yesterday. Okay, well, actually, I didn't get into a conversation. It was very quickly ended. Okay, I'm gonna throw right out first and foremost. That people program you from all angles. Okay, mainstream media, alternative media. It's all the same. Okay, like everybody programs you to a point. And what I really want people to do is I want you to go, and I'll leave a link to this, but look up this general concept. Okay, it's the basic psychological needs scale. All right. And this is kind of it's very important. It's not Freudian. I don't want to get into psychology. That's not, I'm not a doctor. I'm not here to talk to you about psychology. However, I think it's very important that everybody read up on basic psychology for the simple fact is you want to know, who you're dealing with. You want to know how people are, how they come off, okay? And this right here, this basic psychological needs scale, it's all about self-acceptance, okay? And it's self-determination, how you consider yourself, and the certain things you need to do to achieve that satisfaction with yourself. Okay, and this is very important when you get into groups of people. Okay, that people that have influence over people. And when I say influence, all right, I mean like you look at the subscribers, 115,000 subscribers almost. You come over here, this one over 800,000 subscribers, almost 900,000 subscribers. All right, red pills pushing. But I first and foremost, all right. Let me put this out there. I'm not throwing anybody under the bus. It's not what this video is for. Okay, I think everybody, deserves a fair shot, and they got to speak their piece and whatnot. But when people start buying into things that are just completely impossible, like this zombie kind of thing here, it's completely impossible. And I'm gonna go over this just a second here. Okay, it's you got to stop. All right, things like this need to be discussed on a logical level, okay, and not just a directional view. And I'll tell you right now, I don't script any of my discussions, okay. I've got other channels that are scripted. They're completely pushing one view, okay. Anytime somebody writes a script, it's obviously directional. It's obviously meant to push you into that sort of realm. You understand what I'm saying, okay? And we're gonna get into the way they program you, and this is it's going to be very interesting. Okay, I'm going to talk about how the brain perceives colors. Okay, I'm going to talk about sounds. I want to get into high frequency sounds and how the brain operates on a certain frequency, and how the body and the molecules are held together by a certain frequency, and how these frequencies are all tappable, and you can get into things like this. Okay, I keep an open mind. I talk about everything. I talk about theory. I talk about truth. All right, and that's pretty much it. But I can't come to a decision based on, something without a backing behind it. All right, that's just my thing. Okay, that's how I think, and I think a lot of people should come to that sort of realization that people need to start thinking as a group. Okay, we can't be separated. We can't be separated by politics. We can't be separated by class. Okay, lower class, middle class, upper class. This is absolutely ridiculous at this point in age, and it's not needed. It's not producing a better future at all. It's not even producing a better tomorrow, man. Not at all. Like, all the separation needs to stop. Like, if you haven't realized by now that the third party voting system is complete garbage, okay? Complete garbage, statistically designed to push you in. You can't come out with an even number starting with an odd basis, all right? Does that work? An odd base number does not produce even results. Statistically impossible. And I'm not talking about decimals, no point 0.5. There's no point 0.5 in voting. Doesn't work. You don't get half a vote. Get the fuck out of here. Okay? So people need to understand this stuff. But when you have an influence like these people have, okay, and then all the people that these people associate with, and the people that they associate with, all right, eventually stuff like this becomes an absolute fucking disease in itself. All right? Now, with that being said, I'm going to dismiss some channels right off the rip, okay, and I don't even have them up here. But AMTV, okay, Vice News, all right. If you guys are into that AMTV Vice News for anything other than entertainment, okay, then you really need to rethink your life plan, man. Absolutely. Like, it's no good, no good. And these people have an insane amount of subscribers. I don't want to start rambling here, but if we go to Vice News channel and we check this out, okay, over 1 million subscribers of complete garbage, garbage. This is all garbage, okay. Like I said, I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus because it's all for money, all right. And my whole main purpose of this was to bring out what was discussed with Red Pill here. Well, what was tried to be discussed, okay, and completely turned away, and whatever the case is. But I appreciate all the work that he does, and I appreciate the work Free Radio does, and I really don't care too much for this individual or this individual who are all in the same fucking boat, and we're gonna get into that in just a second here, okay? But this is very important. Go back, look this up, and learn for yourself. Get educated on psychology, man, because these people are using it against you. It is psychological war to the fullest, on every extent. Okay, whether it be mainstream, alternative, doesn't matter. It's being used. This is talked about quite a bit. This is Monarch Mind Control, MK Ultra. If you're not familiar with this, this is another thing. I'll leave a link, a wiki link. I don't promote wiki. Wiki is a very directionally orientated website, run by a specific group of individuals that kind of want to start the revolution themselves. And we're going to talk about that later on in the video series. But keep this whole technique in mind, okay? This whole MK Ultra kind of thing, and basic psychology, as we discuss, what I want to discuss here. You guys you'll understand what I'm talking about. All right. So with that being said, and we actually break in to one of the channels who, I enjoy the delivery. It's very comical. Some of the things are very interesting. He's got this whole green kind of thing going on here, which, okay, you want to talk about it, you want my opinion on it, there is something going on with the green. I think more of a project push or something like that. Okay, this whole Ebola hoax thing is absolutely, absolutely ridiculous. If you can look at all the pictures of all the dead people, you know what I'm saying? And I'm not talking about the actors that he's got, like these CNN and stuff like that. They got actors. That's obvious, okay? But you can't overlook the amount of dead people, all right, and the amount of accidents that are going on, and the amount, you know what I'm saying? It's absolutely unfathomable, and it's a ridiculous notion to even consider it a hoax, like to believe in it being a hoax. Okay, but with that being said, like I said, he's onto something with the green color. That's my own personal opinion. I try to tend, to stay away from conspiracy just for the simple fact that, hey, man, I like to think of everything with an open mind, and we'll assess that later on as it comes down to it. Okay, but this whole hoax thing, man, absolutely out of the box. You cannot buy into this, man. Okay, especially when you got 400,000 views. Like, all right, so you want to expose CNN for having actors? That's fine. If people don't realize they have actors by now, there's no hope for them. There's no hope for those people, man. Okay? But anyway, cool dude. Check out his channel. I enjoy going to his channel, for the delivery and everything. But I'm going to move on here. All right. This whole thing really started off, and I responded. She put a video up stating that they're going to mix vaccines. Like this whole website is absolute garbage. This Before It's News website is complete trash rhetoric. Okay, this you guys buy into stuff like this, and that's what I said with your influence that you have, these million views and stuff, man. Absolute crap at this point in time. Okay, but this video is completely about mixing two vaccines and why we turned around and we quarantined 1600 U.S. Army troops, and and it goes on to explain that there's a zombie virus that's gonna be all hybrid with this fucking thing that we have. And all right, listen, and I told her straight out the bat, I said, I'm sorry, hon, you need to change your news source, and I don't know if Tattoo runs this particular website, okay, but I thought, I thought it was because I could have sworn that he had promoted it way back in the day, a couple of years ago in one of his videos, but it says that website you are on is run by Tattoo. Very crazy individual, and not a link to back up the source, which I'll leave a link to the Before It's News website so you guys can check it out. But and I go on to tell her, I think you lost it when the Batman movies came out. Okay, be safe, take care, and save your brain. You sound too intelligent to fall into this realm. And you know, and Red Pill happens to make a quote or a comment in here. Okay, and I'm gonna have to make this into a two-part video. I apologize for that, but please stick around because, like I said, I'm gonna throw all this out there, and I love commentary. I want to hear what you guys think. I want to hear what you guys want to talk about. What's interesting to you guys, but Red Pill comes on to say, okay, he says, well, that is what's going to happen most likely. Nevertheless, the vaccines will be the trigger for the new strain, which will most likely be this zombie strain. Now, I understand we have to promote, okay, we have to promote. Absolutely ridiculous, no thought, no logic, no science, no nothing put into this zombie thing, okay? Complete bullshit, garbage, fucking rhetoric, garbage. All right, so I go on to tell him, and I watch his work. I subscribe to his channel. Absolutely fascinated with some of the stuff he does. This is not to downplay anybody, but I ask him, I'm like, okay, you really think that? I'm curious to the theory, very. First, I will put on the table that in no way, shape, or form do I promote vaccines at all. And I go on to explain to him there's a wide basis for argument on both sides, and not what I'd like to do. And then I tell him, in your opening statement, you use the words most likely. So I'm led to believe that you still have some sort of doubt within your mind. Neither that or it's within profitable interests. Okay, which we do it for the money, folks. Don't that's it, man. We speak about greed and corporate greed, and we we want to reach 1 million viewers. Why? Because we get fucking greedy, man. That's why. Then I go on to say both of which is highly acceptable. Like, I understand his point. I understand why he's doing it. But just an opinion, one would think if they had word of this, okay, the U.S. troops, man, don't, who I'm sure have internet access, would more than likely be outraged over the agenda. Come on, you really think they wouldn't know about this shit, man? At this point in the world, think about it, people. You guys are the ones buying into this stuff, man. Okay? But in all honesty, and I go on to say, because I'm from America, I'm completely pissed off. I don't understand why we allow this shit to go on, why it's allowed. We fucked up, man. We fucked up big. But anyway, that's a whole nother video. Okay? Why us Americans aren't completely pissed off. What I do have a problem understanding is the whole mixing of genetics. Okay? This is a virus, folks. Remember that. Keep that in mind. Please don't lose your composure over this. A virus, it's a protein-based nucleus. Single or double strand of either RNA or DNA. So it's prone to adaptation over time, not accepting new code. Do you understand that? The zombie virus is virtually fucking impossible. It writes the program, not recognizes it. Remember that when you guys are talking about Ebola. I hope that makes sense as to why I don't agree with the added genetics. Either way, be safe, Red. I enjoy your work. And if you guys want to stick around and catch me in part 2, I'm going to go on here and explain a couple other things to you, man. I greatly appreciate it. Peace, YouTube.